Farrell on it again. Deep one around the back. Quinn there's the Frenchman goal. It's Andrew Quinn. The underdogs bare their teeth and show their fight in this cup final. Drogheda United strike first.
Welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, a Drogheda United fans podcast, proudly sponsored by the Coffee Box.
Hello and welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, episode number 14. And I'm joined as usual by Richie and Owen. How are we doing, gents?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, apart from being sick, Owen.
Yeah, sure. I was sick on Monday as well for different reasons, but we'll get to that.
Sick on Friday as well for different reasons.
Was that just all that rain and water alone, was it?
No, it was a bit before that now, in fairness, but...
Right, okay. Yeah. You still made it there anyway, fair play to you.
I did, yeah.
There's a nasty old bug going around, boys.
There is. For sure is.
Yeah, I was in school the week before and a load of fucking kids had it. And bloody teachers off sick and all sorts of shit, so... Yeah, anyway, less of the moaning about having a cold, let's moan about football instead.
Yeah, we probably should apologise before we get going, should we? How depressing this is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I think anyone who's listening to this is feeling the same way, so they'll probably appreciate other people moaning like fuck.
Yeah, I have to say now, fair play to you now if you tuned into this episode after fucking these two last games. Just to relive it all over again.
Yeah, I know, yeah. The doom and gloom, my God. The whole week is a long time in football, but fuck me, like, you know, we went from being reasonably positive going into that weekend thinking, you know, we could get something out of these, And in fairness, we really, really should have got something out of Monday. But I suppose we'll just start at the beginning, lads. Bowes away, you were both there. The usual good crowd down from Drogs. The atmosphere and that looked fairly good. We'll start on a positive note, I suppose.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really good atmosphere. Usually is there. It's sold out away end there again.
And like, I mean, it's only up the road as well. It's such a handy drive up.
Yeah, it's handy, yeah.
You know, it's... it's always good atmosphere. I do love Daily Mount now, you know, I do love the ground. I'd be sad.
Yeah, we'll have only one more trip now before it's closed.
That's right, knocked down, yeah.
Yeah, look, I would go to Daily Mount for different reasons as well. Like, we play gigs and that in it as well in the bar, and I've been doing that for years, and it's a class spot, like, because when you're playing in the bar, you get a chance to go out and sit in the stands, have a smoke, and you can bring your pint out and sit in the stands, and, you know, there's something about the place, like, there's a bit of magic about it, you know what I mean? But I'm sure that'll be destroyed and killed with the new stadium, you know what I mean? It'll just probably be like any other fairly sterile kind of atmosphere. I'm just hoping it's not like Tala, because it'll be missed, like.
It will, yeah. And I suppose we've probably got good memories of Dalymount, haven't we, when Drogheda played there on our European games?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
We had some great nights up there, so look, we'll be definitely missed, alright. Just hope they don't turn into another Tala. I don't think they will, though. I think Bowes a bit more livelier than Rovers fans.
Yeah, I would agree. I would imagine they've seen what Tala was and then became, and like, again, not running down Tala. I don't think people in glass houses and all that, but it's really difficult to get an atmosphere in it, and the location of it as well plays a part. There's no pubs around that around, but I suppose Dalymount is still going to be smack right in the middle of Phibsborough, and fingers crossed they do a decent job of it. But anyway, let's stop singing their praises and let's start calling them bastards after Friday night. But yeah, we never got going, boys. Dalymount, it just never happened.
No. And it was probably no different than any other performance for the last couple of seasons up there. It was the exact same performance.
In a sense that we didn't have any of the ball, and
didn't have the ball. You knew exactly how the game was going to pan out, and it panned out like that. just the last couple of times we happened to nick a goal. Didn't happen this time. We just, like, in fairness, we haven't played well up there, lads. Even when we were winning, I don't think we played well.
Yeah,
Well, I suppose on your definition of playing well, like, if your definition of playing well is going down there and defending for your life and nicking a goal, we've done that really well over the last while. But, you know, define playing well. I'm just not sure we're capable of, at the moment anyway, of playing any other way.
No.
Just don't seem to be.
No. We just...
You have to factor in as well that Bowles were really good as well.
Yeah.
Bowles were good.
I saw one Bowles fan online say that's the best they played in 2.5 months. Like, of course it had to be against us. But, so yeah, it wasn't just us not playing great, they were very good as well.
I suppose, right, getting into the nitty gritty of the game again, like 2 goals we give away. I suppose, I mean, the goal from the set piece, Hickey was completely unmarked.
Yeah, biggest man on the pitch as well. And by God, he was big.
You know.
Yeah, he's a big punter,
yeah. There's no excuse for that, lads.
There's not.
There's no excuse. Right, even if there was a player marking him, and I'm not sure who that was, who had lost him, whose job was it to mark him on the night, I can't remember. But obviously it was somebody tall, one of the centre halves, but they just let him completely get away from them. I mean, he can score goals even when he is being closely marked because he's so tall.
Yeah.
He had a free fucking header, like.
Yeah, and I think that's what's disappointing this season, isn't it? It's like, if you had a set at the start of this season, we're going to concede so much from set plays and corners, you'd say, no, not a chance.
Yeah.
That's our strong point. That's what we're built on. And it's the opposite this season, isn't it? Like, every ball goes into the box, like, I shit the togs. You just, I don't know what it is, lads. You know, that's just individual errors, isn't it? Like, that's
someone not doing their job, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just really poor defensively. Like, I mean, we can keep saying it for months on end. No, that's not like Drogheda. That's not like us. That's not how we play. That's not what we do. But that is what we do. Like, over the last few months, that's how we've been playing.
Yeah, like all season. Like, we've been like that all season, yeah. Yeah. You know, and it's not an individual blame either. Well, I suppose it can be as well, but it's a team game. It's a team unit. Like, the defence is built on everybody doing their jobs, keeper included. It's just not happening this season. They're not doing it.
But then they're doing it sometimes, which is even more annoying. Like, we've good few clean sheets. Like.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, we've six clean sheets altogether. The Rovers and Bows have 7. So they're the only ones ahead of it. It's just really strange. Like.
Yeah, look, this always happens to me, and you express an opinion and you talk about it, and then you read out a stat, and I'm going, oh, right, yeah. It's so fucking weird, though. Like, it doesn't feel like we've had 6 clean sheets. Cause
I know, it's really weird.
It is weird. It's like a fucking Twilight Zone.
And, like, I wonder at teams coming up against us this season, and their main focus on us this year is, right, we're going to beat them at set plays. We're going to really compete with them. We're going to work on it all week, because that's where we'll get at Drogheda if we can beat them in a set play or a corner kick. You know, are they really targeting us this season with that?
Well, like, because it's a house built on the foundation built on defending, you know, really, really resolutely over the last year and a half, 2 years, and that's the bedrock of our game. And if that fails us, we're in trouble.
Yeah, because we don't really have any other option then, do we? Because, like, we're not dominating teams. We're not with the ball.
We don't even try.
We don't try, no.
No.
Like, so, yeah. So, like, something has to change, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Stevie Wonder could tell you something needs to change, and it needs to change drastically fast, because we're kind of looking downwards rather than upwards. Like, I'm not panicking or anything like that. I was fucking absolutely panicking after Monday night in my own head. I was raging about what I just witnessed, and we will get to that. But even when you look at the second goal, Dale Rooney's goal, I mean, the amount of time and space he was afforded, like, no one got close to him. No one got anywhere near him. He was just allowed to pick a spot and then bang. Like, I don't know, Rooney's a good player. Rooney has done that to a lot of teams. He like, when he was playing for us, he did that to teams. He is a decent player, and, you know, he's a hard player to mark and that, but again, so soft, lads.
It is, yeah. And
That was the first goal, Greg, not the second.
Oh, sorry, that was the first goal. My apologies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was a decent strike, but yeah, you kind of not much Tally could do with it. But yeah, he had a bit of space to do it.
Yeah.
Tally actually had a very good game. It could have been a lot worse if he hadn't made them saves.
He pulled off some great saves in the first half.
Yeah. Well, as you said, Owen, like, that's coming down to individual errors. Like, you know what I mean? If we were getting results this season, 1-0, like, winning, like, same as last season, we'd be all, I wouldn't say happy, but we'd be okay with it, wouldn't we? That, like, feck it, we're still winning. You know, like, I know the style of play, we're sitting back, we're defending, we're trying to catch teams on the break. If we were doing that this year, like, we'd be all quite happy, wouldn't we? As long as we're winning. But the fact is, we're not doing that this year. We're not getting the breakaway goals that we were getting last year. And we'll just seem to get sucker punched every match with something. There's always something. You know, and is that down on Doherty? Is that down on players not doing their job? Is it a bit of both?
Oh, and I'll let you answer that.
I'd say it's more on the players, to be honest. Lads making mistakes that they don't normally make. You have to factor in the injuries as well. We've had a lot. Like, when has Kev had a full, right, Owen Lamb's out for the season, but, like, excluding him, like, has Kev really had a full squad to choose from that often this season? He hasn't. And, like, even at the minute, we're possibly 3 centre-backs down for Friday. Even O'Brien's probably our best ball-playing midfielder. He's on a kind of medium, long-term injury. Hopefully he's back soon enough. And we just don't have the squad depth to cope with them sort of injuries, I don't think.
Yeah, and, like, even last year, like, he was, like, thought he was known, he never changed it. But that's a good thing as well, because if you have a settle back 4 or 5 and your keeper in there every week, you know, that is a good thing, in my opinion. This year, you don't know who's going to be playing centre half. You don't know who's going to be. There's been so many changes, hasn't there, to the back line this season between injuries and players get off form.
So, are you, Owen, what you were just saying now, you're putting it down to that then? You're putting it down to injuries and, you know, having to change players in and out, and that's why we're in this position.
Not specifically, like, only because of that, but it's a big factor in it, I think.
Yeah, like, I don't disagree. I mean, obviously, it's not ideal, but I think even when we had the vast majority of players available to us, I still felt that there was something amiss.
Well, that's what the individual errors that we were talking about as well, people not doing their job.
Yeah, but I mean, is it individual errors is, you know, that's what football's all about, isn't it? It's a team game played by individuals. Like, it's when you get a win, say like last year in Dalymount, Josh Thomas's goal. As you said, Richie, we didn't play that much different. We didn't have much more sort of attack and play. We had a couple of more good chances, and we were just taking those chances last season. We're not taking them this season, and it's killing us. And we were all happy enough to be, you know, not probably playing really well in games, but taking our chances. And we have a reputation in the league, well, we did up until the last week of, you know, you don't give Drogheda their opportunities because they'll get you on the break. Like, they play that high press and they'll put you under a lot of pressure and they'll nick the ball and they'll score, which is fine when you're not leaking goals. But this goes back to the individual error thing again. We're just so fucking leaky with goals, and we're giving away absolutely shit goals that we just weren't giving away before. Goals from set pieces, as we said, giving players loads of space to run at us. We just look like we're panicking every time a team attacks us. You said it, Richie. You shit yourself every time a ball comes into the box. I'm the same.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah. And look, I suppose a big part as well, like, I still, like, not only me, I'm sure the lads think the same. Like, we're still missing a couple of players who can actually keep the ball and want possession. And, like, can't just keep defending and putting your foot on it and kicking along. Because all they're doing is coming right back at you.
Just inviting more pressure.
More pressure. Like, you do need players who want to, like Ethan O'Brien will always do that, but he can't do it on his own. Like, I think we need another 2 or 3 players of that style of football that will want the ball. Like, look at Bowes, like, and I know, and I'm not going to get into the whole budget thing, their budget big and their budget, but look at their players. Dawson DeWay, Ross Keeney, Dale Rooney, like,
Jordan Flores even.
Yeah, do probably 4 or 5 players, maybe 6 players in that team, all ball players, all want the ball, all comfortable on the ball, taking the ball in possession, taking it under pressure, always looking for the ball. Like, always won't kick the ball long to them. They'll always look to play them. We don't have that. I definitely think we're so good. Like, now I know this season we're obviously struggling at the back, but I think our defenders are fine and they will be fine. But they can't just keep kicking the ball long and hoping for Warren to chase it down or Lua to chase it down, a no-hope ball. We have to start for more possession. We have to start, like, and I know we've said it here before, who gives a shit about possession? But it is a big part of the game. And if you're 1-0 up, you need to keep the ball. Like, the other team won't score against you if you have the ball. But we just seem to give the ball back to them a lot.
Yeah,
there wasn't really a problem last year because we were so solid defensively, but that's kind of, that solidity's gone at the minute in certain games. So, it's a bigger factor now. It's hurting us more, not having the ball.
Yeah.
Just like, over the last 2 games, I unfortunately had to watch both of them on LOI TV because I was sick on the Friday and ended up selling me ticket. I couldn't go. And then on Monday, obviously I couldn't make it to Waterford. But I mean, I don't know, there's something about watching it on the telly as well. You're just noticing these things. But the amount of times, I think it was, and I'm getting mixed up now between what game it was, whether it was Bowes or Waterford, but like Shane Farrell and Mark Doyle, between them, both of them gave the ball away 4 times in a row, gave possession back to the opposition. Mark Doyle did it 4 times in a row. Like, and I know he's playing in a tough position up there. He's kind of up there on his Todd. It's not his natural position. He finds it hard to kind of get his foot on the ball and bring other people into the play. That he struggles with that. You know what I mean? He's a real hatcher, as we used to say at school. Like, I mean, if he's in and around the area, he'll get a toe pop on something, he'll get you a goal, which is great. But, we need more than that. We need somebody, as we've been saying ad nauseum, we need a number 9. We need somebody that can receive the ball and hold on to it for fucking 10 seconds to bring the lads in, to bring Warren and Alua into the game and whatever other midfielders are coming into the box, But Mark, that's not Mark Doyle's game. He just gave the ball away. And I mean it, like I was counting. It was like 1, right, he's done it there. He's going to do it again. He's done it again. He's done it again. He's done it again. He's done it 4 times in a row. And then the same thing with Shane Farrell. Like, there was balls just coming, flying at him. And he was looking around and he was going, what the fuck do I do with this? And then he just booted the ball away and gave it back to them. And it's just absolutely infuriating. It looks really poor. It looks like we can't play football at times. You're going, we're better than this. Like, you know what I mean? We brought Darryl Cabinet in there. I presumed that he was brought in to play a bit of football. You know what I mean? To get his foot on the ball, to kind of replace what we had with Markey. But I mean, he's struggling big time as well to play in that team.
He is struggling because the ball's probably gone over his head a lot and it's being kicked into corners and into space.
Yeah.
And Like, and I'm not knocking these players in that because I think they're all capable of playing football.
And why aren't they doing it then?
Why aren't they doing it? Yeah, and like, I'm definitely like even last season, I actually really enjoyed last season now, like the way we were set up and that, like that defensive style of football and right, come and try and break us down, you know what I mean? And we'll catch us on the break. We were so good at it. Right, not everybody loves it, it's not so entertaining, but to me it was fine. I don't care once you're winning. But as Owen said, we're not doing that this year. But we're still kicking the ball away and we're just inviting more trouble back onto us.
Like, I presume you would agree, Owen, like all three of us last year were very content, you know, week in, week out as to how that season was going. I mean, we had an unbelievable start where we won a lot of games and drew a lot of games and got a lot of points on the board. There was frustrating times where you're thinking, you know, we can do a bit more than this. But overall, the tactic worked like a fucking dream. Do you know what I mean? We were one game away from European football by playing the way we were playing, and we had a real identity. We've lost that identity. Like I don't know what way we're trying to play now. I know we're trying to play in a similar fashion. Obviously, we've gone from 5 at the back to 4 at the back because the 5 at the back wasn't working. We've changed our goalkeeper, which is never a good sign. You know, and we did have a very solid identity. As you said, we defended like for our lives. We threw bodies on the line constantly, and we looked so hard to break down. And we were also really dangerous on the break with the likes of Josh Thomas and, you know, players with a bit of pace that could run in and hold the ball up and that. But we just don't have that this year. We don't have the personnel to play like that. It seems at the moment, and we're really, really suffering defensively. We'll get to it in a minute, but like, you know, injuries are absolutely killing us, and I'm not making excuses, but as you did mention, Owen, injuries are absolutely killing us. We're not getting any momentum. I mean, if there was any fucking luck, it's bad luck, and that's all we're having at the moment. Like,
Absolutely. Sure. Even look at Monday night. That's a rescheduled game, middle of May, and it's absolutely pissing down.
Yeah.
Like, I was driving down and the car getting battered. I was like, this is just going to be a fucking slog. Like, and it's not what we need 4 days before a few days before a Louth Derby. Like,
yeah,
that's
3 days after. 3 days after.
Like, exactly. Yeah. Like, and even we'll talk about the decision at the end. Like, when things aren't going your way, like they're really not going our way at the minute. Like.
No, absolutely not. Right, look, lads, we'll move on to the Waterford game. I mean, I don't think that we can have any complaints about Friday night in Dalymount. I mean, we were squarely beaten. I mean, we did get one back. I mean, their defending for our goal was equally as shit as ours was for their set piece. I mean, was it Agbaje that scored the header?
No, Lua.
Lua, excuse me. Yeah, sorry, it was Thomas Lua. But I mean, he just basically rose, got his head on the ball. There was no one anywhere near him. It was an extremely poor goal for them to give away. And I think we did we huffed and puffed a little bit coming towards the end, but you couldn't see it. I think if we had got a draw out of that, we would have robbed that draw.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I know, definitely no complaints. Friday night.
Oh, there is one positive. We brought on a young lad in the middle of the park.
Sean McGrath.
McGrath. I thought he was very solid and looked fairly assured.
He was very good.
Yeah, he put himself about and stuck in well now. Yeah, it's good. That sort of attitude I'd like to see.
Good to see.
And like, he wasn't afraid looking for the ball. He kept looking for us, just watching him. You know, kept showing for it.
What do we know about him? Any knowledge of him at all?
No, I don't. I wouldn't.
No, just his name is Sean McGrath. He plays midfield. That's.
And he's come through the under-20s, I presume.
Yeah.
Right. Is he local lad or?
I don't think
I'm not sure.
I must do a bit of homework.
He used to play for Trim Celtic, so I assume he's from somewhere in Meath.
Oh,
right. Okay. Yeah, look, at least, yeah, a bit of a positive there. He might be an option, obviously, because if Kev feels he's good enough to throw him in Dalymount. He might be somebody that we look at again for the rest of the season. Like,
Yeah, and just even on that note now, like, I think on the 20s, like, there's some nice players on the 20s team, like, I think Adam Ford is doing a great job, so he is, with them.
Yeah, and I think they're top of their group.
Yeah. There's some
And
nice
yeah, a few of them
players.
have, a lot, obviously with the injuries now, a lot of them are on the bench. Like I said, Jamie Brennan, left forward centre back. He played a bit in pre-season. Callum Donnelly, he was very good against Bray in the Leinster Cup.
You know,
Yeah, there's a few lads there that are kind of, I imagine a lot of them are training with the first team as well. Cian O'Connor as well scored against Bray.
yeah,
right, yeah.
yeah,
Nice
yeah.
The other one.
We might see half them on the pitch Friday night.
But the way the injuries are, yeah.
Right, look, we'll move on, and we'll move on to fucking Monday's game in the RSC against Waterford, and we came out on the wrong side of a 2-1. Just to clarify, and just to say, before we go any further, I know there's been a lot of hysteria and a lot of talk since that, but we did not deserve to lose that game of football for various reasons. But we were not, you know, we were nowhere near as bad as some people are trying to make out.
No, definitely not.
But overall, we were the better team. Like.
We were.
Yeah, we will.
We fucking
Well,
were.
now, not just saying it, I know now, I think a lot of people would have been watching on the telly, there wasn't many of us staring at it, but my God, Greg's of the fucking rain.
Bad.
Oh my God, I don't
Coming
know.
sideways.
Yeah,
It was brutal.
wasn't it, Owen?
Yeah, and I've seen some people giving out about how we couldn't play football. That was, nobody could play football in that. Like, it was brutal.
No, the ball was holding up, and you could even see in the warm-up, the ball
Yeah,
was
you could see
stopping.
the water kicking up, and yeah, it was bad now.
It was really bad. I don't know if it was that noticeable on the telly, like, but it was, and it was, as I said, it was that sort of sideways rain. It was blown right into the sort of net that we were putting into in the first half.
Yeah.
Now look, it was horrible for both teams, obviously, but it wasn't a night for football at all.
But I mean, ironically, in the first half, we did play some okay football, and we did have more possession of the football than they did. You know,
we were still a better team.
We were the better team, and we had fucking serious chances to win that game. Like Doyle's ball coming back off the fucking post was an absolute heartbreaker. Like that was a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck me. Like,
and like, in fairness, we probably could have been 3-0 up in the first half.
oh, we should have been. Absolutely should have been.
Yeah, and that's the difference in this league. Like, you do need to take your chances because you do get punished.
Yeah, agreed. But I mean, I don't think Doyle can do any more than he did. I mean, it was really, really unlucky. It was the inside of the post as well. Like,
yeah. We'd definitely be fan of that team, and it was some good football, as you said, just played. But yeah, we didn't score them. That was, you know what I mean. You always knew then they were always going to get a chance as well.
yeah, look, I mean, just going back to the goal that we did score, I think it was from a corner, and I think it was Andrew Quinn who got a little flick on the ball, and it just kind of hit off Doyle and went in. I don't think Doyle really knew too much about it. But you know, they all count 2 cows. It's another goal for him, and we were deservedly 1-0 up. Am I right in saying Waterford scored just before half time?
Yeah, it was about 30. I was just looking at your 35th minute.
Right. Okay. From a long throw, which they took advantage of all night. They had your man out there just fucking looping balls into the box, which is exactly what you're going to do on a night like that in weather like that. But it was just kind of it was a shit goal. It was, again, the defending wasn't great. No one really got near your man, and he just kind of toe poked it into the net. Like, but again, it was one of them goals in them conditions that you're not surprised we conceded.
Yeah, but you know what? I think 4 Watford players were involved in that goal.
Yeah.
If you think of it, from the throw in to a flick on to another sort of flick on to Lonigan just getting the toe poke on it. Now, I could be wrong on 4, but it was definitely 3 anyway. So that was 3 Waterford players had that ball in their box before we could even get a touch on it. And I think that's the problem. You know, like last year, if we had went up 1-0 in Waterford, or like in any game last year, you'd say, right, fucking best of luck to you now breaking us down. We're 1-0 up now. You know what I mean? But not the other night. You just knew they were going to get a chance. You know?
Yeah. Way too slow to react, like.
Yeah. Just, as I said, look, we spoke about it already. We're not defending the way we were last season. And I think teams know that. I don't think teams are too bothered now to go 1-0 down against us. They know we're giving up chances.
Yeah, and you'd kind of have to look at it and say, look, if it was a one-off and in that weather and all, you'd go, oh, look, like shit, these things happen. But as you said, it ain't a one-off. And once they scored, I just kind of thought, oh, here we fucking go again. And you're kind of praying for, right, I'll take a point now. Even though we were by far the better side in the first half, I still had it in my head that I'd take a point. That's my mindset now, and it's not a nice place to be, because when you're dominating teams and you're creating loads of chances, you'd never settle for a point. You're always looking for 3. You're thinking, right, no, we're dominating here. We need to go and keep the fucking turn the screw a little bit and score again. But it's just not us at the moment. So I definitely would have settled for a point.
Yeah, and I think
people need to realise as well, like, they're unbeaten at home since the end of March.
Yeah.
Like, they've only lost 2 games at home out of 9. That's like, I know they're bottom of the table, but like at home they've lost twice.
They have a great home record.
Yeah, Rovers drew 1-1, Dundalk 1-1. They should have beat Derry. Derry equalised late there last week. So like, it wasn't going to be a handy one, like.
No, definitely not.
They drew 3-3 with Crafton in Norris. I mean, Christ, like, you know, yeah, right, that's a good point, Owen, and maybe it's a good time to talk about it now, but I mean, some of the comments from fucking people afterwards, we should be beating the likes of these. And I just can't help but react to that. I'm thinking, what do you mean the likes of these? Like, what do you think Waterford are? Some fucking First Division side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They play in a bigger stadium to more people, a bigger budget than Drogheda United do. I know, you know, you support your own team. Huh?
They spent 50 grand on the midfielder.
Spent 50 grand on the midfielder, exactly. I mean, I don't know what people's expectations are, and I know when you're going into a game playing the team that's bottom of the league, there is an expectation there that you will go there and perform and get something from it. Fair enough, but I don't think people look at the stats. We haven't won there in 4 years, and the last time we won it was against an under 19 side, because the fucking first team were struck down with COVID, and we battered them 7-0. But before that, I can't remember winning.
I looked up, it was 2016, so it's 10 years.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck me, like, we do not go to that place and win.
No, but you know what, lads? I actually spoke about this before on one of these podcasts. Like, there is no easy away game in this league. I don't care if they're bottom. Like, we were down to Cork last year. Cork were terrible last year.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to go down to Cork and beat them at home. It doesn't work like that in the League of Ireland. It's like, it's so competitive. There's only 10 teams in the league, and they're 10 competitive teams. And they're all strong at home. Every team in this division is strong at home. We're strong at home.
Exactly.
You know, so, yeah, like, I see that as well. Oh, we should be beating these, or this is shit. Why aren't we beating Watford? Why aren't we beating Sligo? Why should we be? Like, I guarantee you, Watford looked at us the other night and said, here we go, lads, this is our chance for our first win of the season. Like, you see us at the target at home on a Monday night. A big target, you know?
Yeah, and they were doing the homework on us. They could see how fucking leaky we've been and how things haven't been great. So they're looking at that as a massive opportunity to get 3 points, and they fucking did.
Yeah. Now, they did. Now, they fucking shouldn't have, because we've got to go on for that in a minute. Like, they shouldn't have got 3 points. They not that they did, but we were cheated out of 3 points the other night. But, no, definitely just, like, still on this point, like, there's no guaranteed wins in this league. You're guaranteed nothing in this league. Nothing.
No, look, as far as I remember, the last time that there felt like it felt there was an easy away game in the top flight was because UCD were there, and
Yeah.
everybody was beating UCD. But even then, we struggled to go down there and beat them at times.
Yeah, they were a bit of a bogey team for us for a while.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the only reason they were kind of a soft touch for a few teams is because they were part-time and everyone else was kind of full-time except us, probably, and UCD at the time. But, like, these days, as you said, like, everyone's full-time, everyone's organised, everyone's, implementing a certain way of playing and teams are difficult to break down, difficult to beat, regardless of who it is. And especially when you're going away to a team. And again, people are going to be roaring at me now for saying this, but we're still playing against teams with bigger budgets than us that can afford to go and sign a midfielder for 50 grand and bring in another manager. And you have to add that factor in. There is always a manager bounce. It might not be in the first game, but there is always some sort of an incremental improvement in the team when they bring in a new manager and a new coaching staff and everything's a bit fresher and he's trying to get his ideas across, blah, 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 blah. We all know, and anyone who's listening to this is into football, you all see this all the time, and it does happen. And anyone who was unbelievably shocked by the other night, anyone who was unbelievably shocked by us losing the other night is very, very naive. I think we were all shocked and annoyed and appalled at how we lost the game, and we will get to that in a minute. But there's no big major surprise there. Like, I mean, I don't know what the bookies odds were for the other night, but there's no way we were favourites going into that game.
No.
It was very tight. Like, there wasn't much in the odds. I remember looking up before.
Yeah. So, people need to wind their fucking neck in with a lot of the fucking rhetoric that's been blab, blab, blab about Kevin needs to move on, he's done, blah, blah, blah. What he's talking about. I don't understand this. I really do not understand what these people think is going to happen.
Yeah, but there does be some overreaction, doesn't there, to a defeat?
Oh, there always is, yeah.
It's crazy. Like, your social medias and WhatsApp just light up. Like, I was driving home from Waterford the other night, and like, obviously, I wasn't on my phone, but when we stopped, like, I downloaded like 50, 60 WhatsApp messages on my phone.
Jesus.
And then that wasn't even going on to Facebook notifications or whatever. But people do overreact. And look, I get it, of course, lads are frustrated and people are frustrated and that, but it is what it is. Like, this call of a Doherty to go, I just don't get that one. I just don't get that one.
Well, if they wanted to go, I'd love to hear their suggestions for a replacement. That's
just like, be careful what you wish for, people. If you go down the dark hole there, you'd end up another 5, 6, 7 managers like Watford.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And like, I tell you, if anybody's seen Doherty the other night after, he probably wouldn't have seen it after the game. Like, you were there on, he came running over the pitch to us at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I tell you something, that man cares with this club. There's nobody hurting more at the minute. If you think fans are hurting at the minute, there's nobody hurting more than that man at the way this season's going. And you can see it in his face.
Yeah, look, I mean, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, right, there's a couple of things that need to be said here. We are where we are, right? And if you think we're in trouble, if you're one of those people of that persuasion that you think we're going to get sucked down into it and we could end up either last or second last in the relegation battle, getting rid of Kevin at this moment in time to me is absolutely, it's a fucking futile thing to do, because I don't think with the players that we have, that any other manager and the injury list and that we have at the moment, I don't think anyone else is going to come in and be our fucking Lord and Saviour and just change things, and all of a sudden we're going to be a lot more solid and we're going to be a lot more harder to beat, or we're going to score more goals. I mean, we do score a lot of goals anyway. I don't think that's the biggest problem, but I don't see where, you're not offering any solutions by saying Kev needs to be sacked, he needs to go. right? If you do feel that way, would it not be a lot more of a pragmatic approach to say, right, we are where we are, let's bring in a few players during the window, which I really, really hope we are going to do, which we are going to do. Kev has alluded to that in an interview. We said, yeah, we're looking at players. We're definitely going to do that. He knows we're in trouble. He knows things aren't going well for us. But as you said, there's no better man on the planet to get us out of this position. He's done it before. He knows how to get us out of where we are and playing better and into a position where, we're not losing games. We might not win loads and loads and loads of games away from home, but we won't lose them. I can't think of another manager offhand. Who would you bring in to do that? And then the obvious one is if you get rid of Kevin, you give Darragh Doyle the job. But Darragh Doyle's been there. He helps pick the team. He helps coach the team. That again, I've always found that ludicrous with clubs sacking the manager and giving the assistant the job for 5 or 10 games or whatever, to see how we get on. Like that to me makes no sense. You see that a lot in world football, and I would love to also ask these people, again, some of them are going to throw at you, we don't have the players and all that. And they'll blame Kev and go, well, that's Kev's fault. We don't have the players. He didn't do this. We know for a fact he tried to bring in certain players to draw the United Football Club in the off season, and we couldn't get them to come here. Yeah. We're still struggling to be an attractive proposition to bring football players to this football club. We're still viewed by players and all that as it's Drogheda. No, I don't really want to go there. When they look at the stadium and they look at the conditions that they're going to be playing in and all that, they're looking at other. I know we have a decent training ground now. It's not ours, but it's one that we're using. But we still don't have that sort of carrot to dangle in front of certain players. I know there was 1 or 2 players that we were looking at, and other clubs in and around us apparently just could offer them more money. I'm still baffled at where they're getting the money from. But, we're still offering some of the lowest wages and some of the shittest facilities for players to come and play in. But yet people still think the man should be like be like Jesus Christ and be working absolute miracles. He's not a miracle worker.
No, definitely not. And I think one of them players now, look, maybe we could be miles off it, but there was rumours that we were in for Hickey in the off season. Now, I guarantee you now, if that was between us now and Bowes coming in for Hickey, there's only one winner, and he's there with them at the minute. Yeah. Like Bowes would blow us out of the park, come budget wise and money wise, what we can offer Hickey and they can offer us.
Yeah, and even if it's not just the money, it's Bowes. There's a real vibe around that football club. I'm not saying there's not a good vibe around Drogheda United Football Club. I think there is, but when you're putting the two things side by side and you're going, right, Bowes, we're building a new stadium. We already have 4,500 in the existing stadium. There's an atmosphere in the place. Again, I'm not saying there's not an atmosphere in Sullivan and Lamb Park. I think it's probably the best atmosphere in the league when it's packed. But you're looking at legacy football clubs with a history there and all the media glare that they get, and the media loves Bowes. The media are constantly talking about Bowes. Daniel Lambert, the kneecap and Bob Marley fucking jerseys and, Bowes are cool and trendy. Drogheda isn't. Drogheda won't be cool and trendy for a long, long time as far as I can see, and I don't think I ever wanted to be, but it's so hard to compete for these players. And some people are very, very naive in the way that they think, and we've said it a million times, until we can get into this new stadium and sort of have really amazing facilities to attract players too. Players coming over from England or coming over from Europe will look us up. What's the first thing they see when they look up Drogheda United on YouTube? They see Amble Crescent and jumbo bins written on the old fucking clubhouse roof. It doesn't look good, lads. It looks poor. No, and I just feel we're fighting a lot of uphill battles. And Kevin has done an incredible job fighting these uphill battles up to this point. And what we need to do now is just get behind them, stick with them. Travella needs to fucking open the purse strings and throw him whatever he wants to try and bring in 3 or 4 players to turn this around, because we're capable of doing it.
Yeah, and like it is only 3 players max that I reckon we need. Like we don't need another 6 or 7. Like I'd love 2 more ball playing midfielders. Like I mean, League of Ireland experience ball playing midfielders, not lads. Oh well, he's got a good reputation. He's up and coming. That's like we don't need that. We need 2 experienced ball playing midfielders and a good number 9 who's played in this league and that knows this league. And I think that's it. I think that could be a game changer.
Any names?
I haven't heard anything.
No, even like just like who would you want, or who do you think is available, or who would you?
Well, that's the issue then, isn't it? It's like who is available?
Yeah.
Like I know. Yeah. Look, I probably haven't looked into it that deep on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like no, I agree with you. Yeah, just it's them sort of players are hard to come by. Like
Yeah. What was your
there's
man
one
Bowles now that you're on about? Striker.
Whelan.
No, it wasn't actually. It wasn't. Somebody, remember the Bowles striker they had?
His contract's up in the summer in Belgium. Afalabi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's played in the league. He knows the league inside out.
Yeah, no, he hasn't done much over in Belgium or anything like that, but and he was on loan somewhere in Holland. But
Yeah, but
he'd be the kind of person. He'd be a proper number 9. Like now some people say he doesn't work hard enough, but I don't know about that. Another one I was thinking of midfield wise would, if they're available, would be Gary O'Neill, who's just come back from he had cancer.
that's right.
I think he's due to return to the pitch soon enough. But I'm sure he'd probably want another crack at Europe with Rovers, like, and they'll be chopping and changing for Europe soon. So,
And he's under contract as well, isn't he?
He's under contract. No, I'm saying even if you could get him in, like if they wanted to loan him out for
Right.
get him back fit for next year, but
Yeah.
he probably wants to stay and play in Europe, maybe.
And the man as well, the Roberts Marley, that was with Dundalk and Sligo.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I always said, we should have went for him when he was at Sligo. Now, obviously, there we go. Just prove a point. Rovers come in and snap him up, offered him more money probably.
Mm.
But he's now. I don't think he's been playing regular. Now he could be injured, but I think fabulous footballer that one.
Yeah, he's good. That's the problem. We kind of need to close the gap in terms of what offering players wages wise. Like what Bowes are offering. Dougie's round you what $2,500 a week. Bowes plus accommodation.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying we should be offering players that much, but we should be offering. Or Trevelyan should get the checkbook out and just to pump it a little bit more to kind of make us a bit more competitive in the market with other clubs.
Yeah, but like you're saying, we shouldn't have to offer that. Like we probably need to offer that on if we want to start competing. If we want to be up the other end of the table, we have to start like money talks.
Yeah, but if you turn around and offer one lad, say he's getting $2,500 or whatever, the rest of the squad are nowhere near it. That could cause problems in the squad as well.
Yeah, but how do other clubs manage that?
Well, a lot of them, the gap is between the higher and the lower earners isn't as big.
Yeah, there's an average there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of work to be done there then, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like let's be honest as well though, Richie, right? If any of our players complained at the moment about a player coming in on big money, you'd be turning around and saying to them, you can get the fuck. Like, you've been terrible. Like, you know what I mean? You're not performing on the pitch. You're not doing what you've been paid to do. You're not doing your job. Like, you know what I mean? So I think sometimes on this podcast, we come across like the kind of Kev Doherty fan club, and, you know, we probably go a little bit too easy on some of the players at times, but, you know, I'm at the point now where I'm just going to start calling it out as I say it, because some of them players are just not performing. They're not doing their jobs. They're not earning that wage, and they're not playing for the jersey. It just doesn't look like. I'm not saying it looks like some of them don't give a fuck, because I think they do. But I think heads are going down too easily, and you just want more from some of them.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. I don't know how you feel, but.
Yeah, no, look, in fairness, if you compare them to last season, what you're doing last season, we're fully expecting them to do the same this season, weren't we? And they're just not doing it. For whatever reason, we probably never know what's gone wrong this season for us. Now, go back to the point then, everybody's saying, being sucked into the a relegation battle. Lads, there's 6 other teams in this league in the same boat as us.
Yeah.
Like, if we had won the other night, we were up into 5th.
3 points behind Dundalk.
Yeah. So, like, if you think about where the relegation battle, so is Sligo, so is Galway, so is Shell, so is Derry, and so is Dundalk. You know, the only probably teams that, like Bows, I think Bows, Pats and Shamrock Rovers are probably obviously not going to get sucked into it.
Yeah.
The rest of them are there. And like, they're in the same position as us. Don't think everybody else is miles away from us and where it's only us and Waterford down the bottom. It's not, that's not the case.
But the worry, Richie, is though, right? I agree with you. In theory, you're correct when you look at the table. But I'm looking at how we are playing and how we're losing games and how everything's just not going our way. We seem to be having a fucking bad run of it. Like, and I know, Owen, you can come at me now and go, well, we won 3 games out of 4, and you know we did, right? But we still didn't play well in them games. You know, we're going to get to the Craptown game now shortly. You look at, you know, they're coming into this game on the back of beating Rovers at home and playing really, really well in the first half. I think Rovers come out and kind of dominated and battered them in the second half. But I mean, Craptown are a fucking team that came up from the first division and still retained a lot of their players. I know they signed a good few as well with that magic money that they seem to have fucking got from St. Patrick or somebody. I don't know where they've got the money from, and God knows how they're paying their debts and how they're paying their players, but they are. You know what I mean? Even Galway going out then and fucking and battering Sligo in the Connacht Derby, and you know, Waterford are making a little bit of a resurgence. Shell's going win away from home. They've been really good away from home. Sorry, the Shells win at home because they hadn't won at home in Talca all year. Was that the first win? I think it was against Pats. No, it was in Talca, was it?
No, it was in Jacob. Shell still haven't won at home.
Yeah, no, correct. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting myself muddled up there. But just to say, Richie, what you're saying, I agree with. Like, there is a lot of teams sort of in and around it, but you can see Derry getting better. You can see Shells improving. You can kind of see other clubs maybe, I don't know, picking it up a little bit, but it seems to be getting worse for us.
Yeah, performance-wise, yeah, but there's nothing to say we can't change it, like, with this transfer window. But then it comes back to our broken record here. We need more money. We need a bigger budget. Get the players in to compete with these. There's no reason why we can't have a good second half of the season.
Did Travella not say that they were going to make up for the whole European fuck up and support Kevin financially?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't say that it was directly going to increase the playing budget.
What did they say?
They said they were going to replace the money, the $500,000 or whatever I think it was. So that money's gone back into the club, but it didn't specify that it was going to be spent on playing budget or anything.
Okay, but surely, like, when you qualify for Europe and you're guaranteed $500,000, does that not always kind of, is that not an unspoken thing that, you know, you're going to be able to attract better players, thus you're going to have more money to be able to spend on your playing budget? Is that not what that means? In theory, like.
So it's a theory, Greg, yeah. I don't
That's
know.
exactly what I always imagined it would mean.
You often wonder, lads, now, is this whole European thing still having an effect on the team? Because if we had European football this year, guarantee we were selling a better quality player.
Definitely, yeah.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, so that was snatched from us. Then all the Dublin players, I said, Jesus, like, I'd only go there if they did European football. They don't have it now. So,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair, but I mean, we need to put that behind us, and we need to put that behind us ASAP. You know what I mean?
I think the owners need to put it behind them and fucking sort it out. You know, and
by opening the checkbook a bit.
Open the checkbook, and like I seen a good point the other night there. Right, Doherty did get more money this year. The budget was increased. Now, not a whole pile. It was like he did get more money.
Okay.
But every other club has invested again as well.
Yeah.
So it's not we've caught up with them. They've kicked on again, and we're still playing catch up.
Yeah, it's like inflation, for fuck's sake. You get a rise in your wages, but the cost of living goes up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's ridiculous. A false economy, like it's crazy. But look, yeah, I mean, I suppose I'm not even sure where we go with that one, but certain players in my eyes are just not doing what they're there to do, and I really hope we can fucking turn it around. But I suppose we'll move on to the likes.
You better talk about the Penno incident.
You what?
You better talk about the Penno incident the other night.
That's exactly what I was going to talk about. So I was going to say.
Moving on to Dundalk.
No. We'll move on to Waterford's winner, which was. And I have to say, I've watched it about 25 times and I've read a million comments about it, and it's one of the worst refereeing decisions. In them circumstances, in those conditions, and what was riding on that game, it's one of the worst fucking refereeing decisions I've ever seen in this league.
Yeah, and you definitely know it's bad when every other club are agreeing with you. Well, apart from Watford and Crafton, and we obvious reasons there.
Yeah.
But every other club, every other fan was like saying, "What the hell, lads?"
So I was walking back to the car and was chatting to a Waterford fan, and he says, "Not a chance that was a penalty." Him and the lads beside him were laughing in the stand when it was given, like, couldn't believe it. It was actually a brilliant piece of goalkeeping by Tally.
Yeah.
It was a super save. But like, that is what we're up against, lads. And Doherty made a great point in his interview. He's like, this is their livelihood on this. This is their job. There's so much riding on this. That point could make a difference. Both ends of this league table at the end of the season. And for a referee to make that decision, like, not one Waterford player even appealed for it.
No.
Not one of them.
Not one. Even the player who was allegedly taken down never even blinked.
He actually came out in his interview and said Drogheda were hard done by.
Yeah, I seen it.
That's what makes Doyle look even worse, like.
Yeah.
I see he doesn't have a game this week.
Yeah, good enough for him. Not the worst thing he's done. He screwed us, but it's definitely the worst decision.
And what is it? What is it, lads? I mean, it's like, you know, I'm not into conspiracy shit when it comes to referees. Like, he just fucked up. He made a bad mistake. That's literally what it is. It's incompetence.
He was also in a terrible position to see it as well.
Okay.
He was way behind the play. So it's like, how could it, even if he was, like, he's so far away from, how could he be so sure that was a penalty from where he was? Like, like, if he doesn't see it, he's not supposed to give it, like.
Yeah, exactly. But even, like, Owen, like, when we were, like, in the stand, we could see it from where we were up in the stand.
Yeah.
So, can the linesman not see it? Because the linesman was on our side.
We should have, yeah. No, the linesman didn't want to overrule the ref or something, I don't know. It happened before with a game where someone gave a penalty and the line-up flagged up and says, no, that's not a penalty. It was one of our games a few years back, maybe. But it's very rare that they'll try and overrule the ref. But fuck me, there was only one person that thought that was a penalty.
And that was Neil Doyle.
Neil Doyle, yeah. Like,
but it was a sucker punch, wasn't it? And
yeah. It's probably, it's up there with the worst refereeing decision I've seen against us anyway. Paul shooting the cup final comes to mind as well.
It's probably up there with the worst decision in any game of football in the world.
Mm. There was one at home to Pats a good few years ago, and Pats had the ball in our box, and Christy Fagan, the Pats striker, handled it, and the ref pointed to the penalty spot and gave them a penalty.
Oh yeah.
Tomas Conley was the ref. I still fucking remember the bad ones.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was just so bizarre, because I remember everyone shouting handball, Drogheda fans, and the ref blew the whistle, oh yeah, nice one, free out, and then the cunt points to the fucking spot, like.
Even in the cup game, was it the cup game last year again, Rovers, when fucking your man went through the back of a Drogheda player with a 2-footed tackle and got a yellow card?
It was Mandroyu, yeah. That was Doyle as well, was it?
That was Doyle. I mean, fucking hell, mate.
He was a Shamrock Rovers, ex-member.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like, this isn't conspiracy theories, but that's just the shittest decision I had. The Mondrao tackle was the shittest decision I had seen up until that point, until Monday night, and it was just absolutely atrocious. Like, because there's no way we deserve to lose that game. No way we deserve to lose that game. Waterford done fuck all. The long throws, hoofing the ball up. All right, fair enough. The conditions were fucking desperate, and they were desperate to try and get something out of the game or try and get a win from the game. But you know, we did not deserve that. Kev didn't deserve that. That's like kicking a man when he's down. Like,
yeah. Well, I seen then over in England, it was the Man United Forest game last week. A man caught the ball in the box.
no.
Yeah, that was disgraceful as well.
Yeah, no, it wasn't as much. The ball got caught between his hand and his hip.
It hit his thigh and then went up under his armpit nearly. And he controlled the ball, like. But they gave the VAR side, it should be brought back. And the ref looked at the camera, at the screen, and the ref still said, no, it's still a goal. Like.
Yeah. Well, see, then the next day, Owen, he said that it shouldn't have stood.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine the FBI doing that? Would you think the FBI would come out now this week and say that shouldn't have been a penalty?
Not at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, right, Doyle will miss this week. He's probably delighted getting a free weekend off. He'll be back again next week, screwing over some other team.
And he's the best ref in the league.
Isn't this fuck?
Like, I know it's
actually, when I saw he was appointed, I was like, look, at least we're not against the Dublin team. He might not, or not against Rovers. He might not fucking screw us too bad.
How wrong you were. Look, I know it's really topical at the minute, and it's not League of Ireland, but even when you're looking at the fucking Scottish Premier League, the last couple of games, your man getting done for the handball against Celtic and all that in the 96th minute, and the VAR, and there's been about 6 or 7 VAR decisions. Like, I'm glad we don't have VAR, but when I was looking at that the other night, I thought, fuck, why haven't we got VAR? Because that would have been fucking, that penalty would have been chalked off straight away. You would hope.
Yeah.
You would hope. Fuck me.
But I definitely agree with you. I don't think it's a route we want to go down.
No,
we don't think we can afford it for a long, long time in this league. But right, look, lads, we're going to leave Waterford there. A total and utter disaster. One we didn't deserve to lose. That has to be said before we do move on. I actually think we should have won the fucking thing with the amount of chances we had. You know, we can't defend. A draw would have been the least we deserved going back up the road. I feel. I presume you would agree. But moving on to Friday night against Shitsville. This is going to be a disaster if we go into this game, lads. Apparently we have three fit centre halves are all injured. Regular centre halves are all injured.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, and like we're just having a bad luck. Like, you know, Conor Keeley got injured like in the first half of the Waterford game. He couldn't run, he couldn't sprint.
His groin.
He did play on for a while, but ended up coming off. Like,
fuck me.
Serious amount of bad luck going against us.
But right, just lads, practically speaking, what are we going to do? I mean, obviously we're playing a back four, so you know, Borney's going to be in there. He's going to have to start. And who starts alongside him?
Well, I tell you, Bashi did really well the other night.
Yeah,
he did. I thought really well.
Yeah,
I'd say it will be him and Igbaji. Yeah,
it will be him and Igbaji and Cruz.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair. Like our backup, Jamie Brandon, is only a young lad. I don't think it really would be fair throwing him into the deep end now.
No.
Even though I think from what I've seen him, he's decent. It wouldn't be fair to bring him in for that game, I don't think.
Yeah. No.
Baptism.
Yeah, so then you'll have Cruz and Kane as the fullbacks.
I'd say Quinn might be alright. Was Quinn a nose injury or head injury?
I think he got there's a nose. He got an elbow in the nose.
Yeah. Now, look, maybe he probably can't play this week in case he gets another whack, but I'd say if he's anyway half fit and he's able to play, he'll play. Like, it's not fine or a leg injury that's going to stop him running.
Would you be confident enough going into it with Quinn and Borney as your centre halves? No Keeley, a big massive miss.
Oh, massive
Well,
this,
not much choice, have we?
No.
Yeah. Just even then going on to Cruz, I thought Cruz was brilliant the other night at full back, and I know the boys were slagging me last week about it, but he was really good.
Yeah, I like his energy,
He's full of energy, Owen. Like he really, like you can see the whole tempo of the game lifting when he comes on the pitch.
Can we put him onto fucking set pieces? Because Daryl Cavans is fucking awful.
He's struggling with them, isn't he?
Fucking
Now, in
desperate.
fairness, I wouldn't really blame him too much for the Monday night. The conditions were horrendous, so.
But even for that own Bowes, and they haven't been great, man. They've been really, really hitting this, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's probably fair, but I wouldn't really count what happened Monday as I wouldn't blame anyone for their set
Look,
pieces.
you were there. Yeah. Obviously, the weather never comes across as bad on the telly, but it did look shit. But yeah, I'm sure when you're there, it's even worse.
Yeah. Definitely. Look, I definitely think if Cruz is playing, he should be definitely on a few of them because he has some whip of a ball.
He does, yeah.
He does, absolutely, he does.
Just go back, I think he's bags of energy, and you can just see the whole team following him, that tempo. So I'd have no problems with him going in there.
So, in a sense, you'd be kind of, would you like to see that then? Would you like to see Agbaje moving to centre half alongside Borney and then Kane and Cruz?
Yeah, if that's the only option we have, look, obviously I'd rather Conor Keeley and Quinn or Bulger there, but going from the other night's performance, Agbaje looked comfortable. He looked like he played there before, and he's actually playing well at the minute, Agbaje. His last couple of games,
he's been good.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know, he's really stepped up to it. So, look, it's not ideal, is it? Of course, you'd rather the regular centre halves, but yeah.
Yeah, look, okay, so we can speculate all we want for the back four until we know who's fit, but the middle of the park, is there any sign of Ethan O'Brien even making the bench? Because, Kevin did say a couple of weeks ago that he was close. And he was doing a bit of running and that.
You've seen him the night, did you?
No, that was Michael Cardo running.
I thought it was O'Brien. Yeah, look, I've seen Ethan O'Brien did a lot of running up at the Derry game, the last home game against Derry.
Yeah.
So,
I'd say even if you make the bench and get half an hour out of him, it'd be decent. I'm not sure how likely that is, though.
So, are we literally talking about starting Ryan Brennan, Kavanagh, and Shane Farrell again?
I'd go Ryan, Kavanagh, and Godden.
Yeah, I'd go with that
Kavanagh
as well.
And Godden.
Yeah.
So you're leaving out Farrell?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see why after the other night. He just didn't impress. I thought he was, as I said, giving the ball away, fucking infuriating. And then are we going with the usual three suspects up top?
Yeah, I definitely think, yeah. And look, I actually don't think the three of them are doing a whole pile wrong at the minute.
No.
They're playing off scraps as well, a lot of games, so it'd be hard to criticise the three of them at the minute.
Yeah, fair enough. The thing about Dundalk is defensively they're not the best. They've conceded 2 less than us. I think they've only 2 or 3 clean sheets. And our discipline is fairly shite. There's a 10 or 11 red cards, 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
The whole league. So that's the problem is their defenders, if we go at them, I can see Warren going at them with pace and causing trouble for some of them lads, get them on early yellow cards or something.
Yeah, fuck man. It's a Louth Derby, you're guaranteed a red card somewhere.
Yeah, especially that Dervin, he is a dirty bastard.
Yeah,
he's definitely getting booked on Friday, I'd say. At least.
But you know what,
horrible. Some of the tackles he's putting are disgraceful.
Yeah, he is.
I agree.
But not even that, no matter what team you put out Friday night, it's a fucking Louth Derby. I expect every single one of them to be up for it. and to perform. Like, and form does go out the window in these games. It doesn't matter, like, if Dundalk are top or we or bottom or vice versa. It doesn't matter, you know. Like, we're at home to these. Sorry, Dundalk bring the water and we have to relax. But we like I'm expecting every single one of our players to be 100 miles per hour from word go at these. Like, no excuses. There should be no excuses this Friday night.
Fuck, you
Yeah,
make
they
me
have to
nervous,
go
Richie.
absolutely. Be good atmosphere as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, be bouncing.
I just
Yeah.
I just
Sorry,
hope
I'll
there's
go
no
ahead.
retaliations for what happened at the game in Oriel. Like, I can see there being some sort of shit, but
As in players and shit.
not even players. I'm sure they might throw shit on our pitch, but at least our pitch won't burn, I suppose.
Mm.
Usually at these games, you find a lot hanging out outside the ground who don't even be at the game.
Yeah, at the corner, yeah.
Just waiting for fans to come out, anticipating that something's going to happen. And I think, cause like, I think in the ground, it can be fine. Obviously, it can be a bit hostile as well, but I think it's when you come out at the crossroads there, at the graveyard, you usually get a few hanging around waiting for a bit of trouble.
Mm.
So.
There'll be cops. There'll be cops all over the gaff, though, you'd imagine, Richie.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be
Yeah.
heavy. It's going to be very heavy.
So extra security searches as well, so I'd say recommend get in early.
It's 8 o'clock kick-off because it's on Virgin, yeah?
Yeah.
But as I said, there should be no excuses this Friday night. Like, and you know what? I think after the injustice of Monday night, I think the players are going to be well up for it. You know, like, you could get a good reaction from that.
Yeah, look, I mean, on a positive note, like, I mean, this could really turn things around for us if we can go out and put in a real gutsy performance and get 3 points on Friday night, which we should do. We really should. I mean, as you said, I expect nothing less than absolute 100% of every one of them players. Like, for a lot of these players, this is going to be their first Louth Derby in United Park. I mean, the atmosphere is what the atmosphere is in that shithole, but it's nothing compared to what it's like down here. It's way more fucking frantic and, you know, tight pitch, and atmosphere is 10 times better than it is down there. So for a lot of these players, they you know, it's going to be their first time sort of in that. And it is a bit of a cauldron, and it always starts a million miles an hour, and you want players to keep their cool and, you know, not dive in and not get booked early and all that. And, like, speaking of Shane Farrell, I don't know how many bloody cards he has, but he could bloody be suspended. He seems to have that many bloody yellows. But I think this game is the 18th game, and then there's the amnesty after that.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So if you pick up another yellow on Friday, they're all quashed then going into the sort of second half of the season. Like, so I'm not sure how many cards he has, but he does seem to have picked up a fair few. But you just want them all to be keeping their heads and, you know, keep it calm. Don't be throwing yourself into anything too early on.
No.
We've seen too many red cards in these games.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I definitely think it's a game where you need like some Ryan now to step
Calm
up.
it down.
Calm it down. And I know he will, like Ryan's played in many of these games.
Yeah.
So I definitely think he should be definitely starting now Friday night.
No, I agree with that.
I just hope Monday night didn't take too much out of the players' legs, like that wet heavy pitch and that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he did a whole pile of training now either this week after, probably a lot of recovery.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, and plus it's massively, look, obviously it's the Louth Derby and you want to go win, get 3 points. But the following week, lads, we're home to Waterford.
I know.
Great to get 2 wins on the bounce, get them 3 points back off Waterford as well. You know, so it's a massive 2 weeks coming for us.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of that'll be revenge, won't it? Going into that Waterford game after what happened, like.
Yeah.
Be fairly confident Neil Doyle won't be reffing that one.
Fucking wouldn't be surprised, though.
But we've got the man Hennessy, have we, Friday night?
Yeah, the Rob Hennessy show, yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Does it matter anymore which one of them we get? They're all fucking brutal.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
they really are. Right, lads, I think we've probably gone on long enough. I'll get the usual predictions. I'm not sure why I keep doing this, but give us a prediction anyway. Owen, we'll start with you.
I'm going to go 2-1 to us.
2-1, all right. Richie?
Yeah, I have to be positive. I have to be. 2-0 Jordan.
2-0.
Yeah.
Good man yourself. I think I'm feeling a 2-1. Yeah. Anything else we want to add, lads?
No, just
No more news, right?
I'm just ready for this game now. I know it's only what day are we? Wednesday? Are we Wednesday? Isn't it?
Yeah,
I just
fucking
want this
2
game
more
to
days.
happen.
Yeah. Just what do you think of the announcement about the fan representation group?
Yeah, seen that.
I think in theory it's a positive move, but I mean there is only one fan group at the moment, and that's the famous 45. I mean, there's no one else as an organised fan group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any other.
No, but I think it is open to anybody. It's open to season ticket holders, isn't it, to put your name forward?
It is, yeah.
I'm not sure. What way was that worded?
Yeah, I think it was.
The consistent fans from organised groups and wider season ticket holder base creating a balanced and representative structure that reflects the diversity of our supporters.
Okay.
So I just hope it's not full of yes men. Like, it'd be a bit pointless then. Like,
Yeah, you want to go up and challenge it, don't you? And
yeah,
ask the questions.
Yeah.
And hope that he'd listen to you as well. Like, no point going up there and giving a load of ideas and they say, yeah, all right, yeah, cheers, thanks. But now we're not going to do. That'd be wouldn't it?
I think one of you two should go up and represent the We Are the Drogs podcast fan group.
Yeah, we're an organisation, are we?
Have to get you to join the union, Richie.
yeah. Organisation of headbangers, but yeah.
Look, I actually was thinking about having a look at it all right. I haven't decided yet, but
Yeah, I'm same.
Yeah, I might take a closer look at it because might be something that one of us should fucking stick their heads into.
I think the three of us should go and do it, lads.
Because we'd be moaning and complaining if we weren't involved in it then, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think they've sent out the link yet, have you, to put your name forward?
No, not yet. Said in the coming weeks they'll contact people.
Right.
Okay.
Well, organised fan groups.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, Travella, if you're listening, give us a shout.
yeah.
Right, boys, I think we'll wrap her up there. And, fingers crossed going into this on Friday. It's going to be bananas.
Just happened from word go.
Yeah, from the word go is right. Fucking big time.
Yeah.
8 o'clock kick off. I might try and get up to the ground nice and early and get a point in the club bar and stuff.
DJ Millish on the decks, I think.
DJ Millish on the decks again. All right, cool. I'd say there'd be good atmosphere on the ground and all that, like, because at 8 o'clock kick off and go to Mothers for one and then head up there maybe.
Yeah, definitely guaranteed. Go up early, get in early, as Owen said. There's going to be a lot of searching going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, they don't search me anymore. They just look at me grey beard and go, "Oh, you go ahead, you're grand."
Yeah. Go ahead, Gandalf. Yeah.
Go ahead, there, Grandad. I'm like, all right, thanks.
Yeah, Gandalf. I said, not Grandad.
I know you said Gandalf, you dick. You shall not pass. That's what you should be saying to me. Yay! Right, boys, I'll leave you to it, and I will see you on Friday night. Hopefully, have a good one.
Right, see you Friday.
See you then. Good luck.
Cheers. Bye bye. Good night.
You catch a fish or two before you're leaving, and the fishermen come, and the fishermen go, and the water gets dirty all the time. I'll